I see red numbers. That means we're live. Or not live, we're recording. Okay, so this is another one of my one shots for the summer of 2017. This is the premise of this, and I'm just now realizing I did not make pretty maps for this scenario. So we have a white grid, which I'll be putting. I don't have little display things that are going on in the background, but oh well. Anyway, the basic scenario is this: early this morning, as kids were going to school and adults were going to work, an earthquake hit the city of Seattle roughly about the same time as a major thunderstorm broke over the area. A lot of damage has been done. Uh, there are emergency situations going on all over the place. But more to the point for this very specific situation here, it has come to the attention of several people that an important uh, person has gone missing. A 12-year-old girl who, from the perspective of the mortals, is the daughter of some people important in Japan, has gone missing. From the perspective of the gods and demons, this is the goddess Amaterasu, 12 years into a new incarnation as a middle school, and currently a middle school student, has gone missing, and trying to contact her in the gods' the shared mental scape is difficult. So either she is injured and can't think straight, and that's making it hard to find her, or she is being deliberately obscured from view. So at this point, both Yomi, which is the group that is primarily demons with a few defected gods, and Nirvana, which is primarily gods, are moving to try to find Amaterasu before anything terrible happens. For among other reasons, if a god or demon dies, somebody on the other side will also die due to their truce they made.
Hmm.
Reynolds has been tasked to look for this person because the officials coming down the pipe, this is an important girl. They want her found. She is a dignitary of some sort. They want her found. So we're going to go ahead and have people introduce themselves. I think we're going to actually start with Cho this time. So go ahead and introduce yourself because you're the first one on the profiles that I can see.
Okay, I chose to play, we're calling her Holly. It might be Hole, but we're gonna call her Holly Haljan. And she's a Yomi medic.
Yep, the Demoness of Ice.
Yeah.
Okay, Waffles. Waffles, are you there?
The I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Okay.
Can now.
Hello.
Hello, we can hear you now.
All right. I'm playing Malcolm Reynolds, the mortal detective who has been assigned to find a missing person, even though there's a major catastrophe going on. It doesn't make any sense to him whatsoever. My real name is Michael. You guys can call me by either Waffles or Mike or Michael or Hey You, whatever.
I'll probably be trying to use the character name because when I'm GMing, I try to force myself to use character names so keep the feel going. I've been trying to train myself to keep doing that, and I'm having lag issues with opening and closing character sheets, so they keep on opening and closing on me. But anyway, you are M. Reynolds. Yes, Malcolm Reynolds is a top-notch local cop. And on to our third person, Kai. What are you playing?
Hi, I'm Kai and I'm playing
Ernest Jonteki? I'm bad at names.
Jotundottir.
Jotundottir. There you go. Yeah. They are a Nevada general and for Amaterasu's yeah.
Okay, so cool. And hopefully all that got in. And just in case it didn't, we'll see on when I go to process the video. I'm going to do a summary real quick. Hol Haja Yomi Medic. Uh, Holly Haja going in the side. Holly Haja Yomi Medic, a demoness of ice. M. Reynolds, mortal cop, top-notch local police detective. And Firefox is screwing up again, so I might have to. Okay. Fraps did not end this time. And Jotundottir, General of Nirvana, the half demon general of the gods. Now, the scene is, in general, okay. Amaterasu went missing on the way home, on not the way home, on the way to school from her house. That is the situation you have. It is at this point, this scene first in the first scene is generally interested in getting you guys together in the same scene. So it is that the earthquake is done. There's not shaking going on, but there's a lot of structural damages to places, and there is an active thunderstorm everywhere. So let's start with Reynolds. What are you doing? Which would be waffles.
Say that again. My chat cut out. I missed
Okay.
it.
So, to set the scene again, sorry, we're having technical issues. It seems all over the place because my Firefox keeps messing up on me. Hopefully, that won't keep going. I'll probably have to reboot after this session. Anyway, um, Seattle has been hit by a major earthquake, as I said. There's structural damage and emergency vents all over the place. There is a major thunderstorm going out over the city. And we're going to start the scene with Reynolds and what is he doing. He has just gotten the word down that there is a missing girl who is a daughter of some important dignitaries that he is being tasked to look for in the midst of this chaos.
All right. First thing I do is first I pull up all the files that we have on the family, just to get a more detailed look at exactly who I'm looking for, because just a name doesn't mean much.
Right. Okay. Then let me go ahead and. Okay, I'm already in that section. Let me open your character sheet real quick. Yeah, go ahead and give me. Hmm. I'm going to go ahead and call that careful. Give me a careful roll. That's a 0. There isn't all that much. You get the feeling that from the sounds of it that this girl is daughter of somebody, like you've been told she's the daughter of important people. You're getting the feeling that maybe it's some rather rich people with a lot of money that try to stay out of the public eye. The full name is Amaterasu Omikami. Her guardian in the area is a relative of some sort by the name of Himiku Jingu. And I'll type that out. She she lives in an estate in the rather rich part of town that has been designed to look rather Actually, it's mostly fairly European with some Japanese touches, but mostly European. Amaterasu herself is a Shintoist and is a regular participant um, in the local Shinto shrine. But uh, that may sound like a lot for a zero roll, but all that's relative. Basically, if you had gotten better, you would have gotten more standout information. Basically, in a lot of cases, if there's a role where you should, it makes sense that you'll get something. I have the role just mostly to see what the extent of the success is. Anyway, so
Anyway,
that's what you have.
that's what you mean.
Oh, something else that would be there. She was reported missing at one of the aid stations by the girls that she was walking to school with. Go ahead.
All right. Then my first task is going to be heading to that aid station and keeping an eye out for any surveillance cameras. Not necessarily just at the that station, but in on any buildings and businesses along the way.
Okay, cool. Clever. Give me a. That will be a clever. Roll your clever. Oh yeah, they're not only are there security cameras along the way. You can see some. You can see that a lot of them were not damaged in the quake and are still active. You can still see them moving. And your cell phone picks up basically, is giving you it. You have some apps that the police have that others don't have. Your cell phone's probably giving you word that those cameras are actively transmitting data.
All right, I'll anything I can pick up on my phone, I will.
Okay.
But anything that's more of a closed circuit, like wired, I'll head to those businesses. Um, just being a little paranoid on that because a wireless signal is easy to pick up, mess with. Hardline, you got to be there.
Right. Right. Okay. Let's see. So you're going to go looking at one of the businesses that was along the line.
Yeah, one of the businesses along the line. I'll present my credentials, ask just to see the recording, and I'm not going to take it if there's nothing there.
It's like, why do you need to see my recording again?
Because a local girl has been kidnapped, and I am looking for her.
Okay. You don't actually know she's been kidnapped yet, but we'll see about that. It probably is, considering who I have running this. It's probably a kidnapping, but I didn't do this modularly. She's missing right now. Um,
He doesn't know that.
I agree. I just wanted to make sure that the players are aware of what I said. Okay, a girl has been
Yeah, most
kidnapped. Go on.
yeah, a girl's been kidnapped.
Uh, okay, let me go ahead and you can go ahead and come and look. I've got inventory to secure. Sorry. All this stuff needs to be taken somewhere before the rain gets in or the looters get in or anything. So you're going to go in and look at the cameras. Um, the outdoor camera is keeping an eye out on the streets past. You do see a gaggle of girls go by, and just a second, let me see if I have her in the art library. I don't think I do. But I can easily upload. You see a gaggle of girls go by, dressed, t-shirts. The this I haven't set the specific season for this, but I'm going to say it's about early, mid spring in the U.S. for this case. Even if it's not that it is, even if that's not the right time for my canon, this is an alternate universe. Alternate universe rules, the best cop out ever.
Mm.
So they're dressed, they don't have a particular uniform because it's America rather than anywhere else in the world. And they're going by. As they walk by, the earthquake starts about as they're going by the place, and they're they get kind of scattered and separated by just the situation going by. The light pole starts falling across down where the street is, and just kind of gets scattered. And the blonde Japanese girl, and I'm about to put up a picture of her if I can find. There we go. Upload is in progress. I should have done this ahead of time. I apologize. I prepared the other one shots quite well, and then okay. Okay, so this girl is Amaterasu Omakami, and she's wearing a school outfit there that kind of resembles the school outfit worn by people in the fiction which takes place in Australia. But she wasn't actually wearing a school uniform. She gets driven off out of the camera view towards one of the alleys that the camera can't get a picture of. And after she gets dodging into the alley, the wall that's there kind of caves in and uh, cuts off that area by rock. And one of the girls breaks her leg in some of the chaos, and they have to go looking for an ambulance. Only one of them starts looking for Amaterasu, but they're busy trying to help the one whose leg got injured and taking her to the aid station. And they're the ones that eventually reported Amaterasu is missing.
All right, but she last time the camera saw her, she got separated and then put out of sight by those falling rocks.
Yeah, okay. So there was something like this. Um, this area right here is an alleyway, and this wall here caved in. She dodged into here and started calling for people to follow her, but then this wall caved in and blocked off that area. And that was outside of the line of sight for the cameras.
All right, I will go thank the man for letting me um, view the camera footage. Wish him luck in getting everything secure, and then head over to where that rockfall was.
Okay. At about this time, let me check something real quick. Okay, so nearby is some sort of landmark place of importance, um, a first an old like the first maybe the first hotel opened in Seattle or something nearby. This is near the rich part of town, so there's a lot of historical significance. And this is the last place that um, Ashvatha, the world tree that is connected to Nirvana, can clearly place Amaterasu. Erd, you show up nearby in this area. What?
Sorry, just repeat that. The thing cut out.
No problem. Erd, you appear using your medium travel to travel between sites of historical significance. You up
Mm-hmm.
you appear nearby as this police officer is heading off towards this area of collapsed wall. You don't know precisely what his importance is, but this general area is the last place that the collective mindscape of gods can place Amaterasu before her thoughts start going fuzzy.
Okay. I follow the cop person, but say nothing.
You're going to follow the cop person?
Yes.
Okay. Out of curiosity, how are you dressed to blend in with mortals, or are you in full out Nirvana regalia?
I think considering the situation, it'd probably be full out Nevada stuff.
Okay. So I actually have a picture of Erd. I'll put it out here real quick. It's actually a picture of several gods, but okay. Go ahead and give me Erd a sneaky roll, and Reynolds, give me a clever roll. So Erd kind of looks like a slightly Arabian version with pale skin, blonde version of Katie Sackhoff. She's one of the few old gods who has never experimented with changing her look because she looks like the way her parents made her, and she's going to stay that way. Okay, Reynolds, there is a person who looks like a musketeer cosplayer holding what may be, I don't know, is the sword out or is it hidden right now?
I'd say it's hidden.
Okay, there appears to be someone, a Katie Sackhoff look-alike, slightly Arabian facial features rather than Caucasian, but there is a basically a musketeer cosplayer following you.
All right, I will stop, turn around, and you shouldn't be here. There's an emergency situation. Go home before you get hurt.
I'm afraid I can't do that. This is an emergency situation. I have been summoned by gods here to do so.
You've been summoned by what now?
Gods.
Yep,
All
Erd would
right,
do this.
just for clarification, I don't really know what's going on there yet, right? With the supernatural, right?
No, no. Malcolm does not know that that there are non-humans around. He knows about psychics. He may have encountered one or two psychics. He was in the military for a while. They use psychics. He's been in the police. They use psychics. So he knows about psychics.
All
Some of them,
right.
some of them have slightly unusual ideas about where their powers are, at least from his point of view.
No, that's fair. All right. Hearing that, I'll be like, all right, just hold right there, hold right there. I'll pull out my radio and inform the station that there's a mentally disturbed person walking around in the middle of an emergency situation.
You're going to say that out loud in front of her?
No, I'm gonna try to be I'm gonna walk. If there's something to kind of just duck, try to be a little sneaky about it. I'll probably fail horribly, but I'm gonna try.
Okay. So, let's see. Let's see. Erd, what are you doing in response to that? He's walking off to the side.
I still follow him, but like at a distance with my arms crossed.
Okay. Now, to be cruel or not to be cruel? Holly, I have a fate point for you if you want it. You're perfectly free to refuse because you currently have your full 3 fate points. But I have a fate point to you if you want it. Do you want to know what you have to do to get it?
Was that to me or was
That
that to me?
Oh, that's to Cho. I think Cho had to drop out. Oh, Cho had
Yeah,
to
try
bow.
to go to sleep.
Yeah, okay, I missed that. Okay. So Cho's not coming, so we're not going to have Holly. Okay, that's sad. Okay, so you're following along. Um, this the as a note, Amaterasu's medium of travel is sunlight. So the storm surrounding this is going to very effectively make it to where she can't teleport. This would be Erd's tactical mind thinking, basically.
Yes.
So you're following, you're calling the, and Malcolm is calling the station, saying there's a mentally disturbed person here. It's like, well, I'm sorry, you're going to have to deal with it yourself. We're kind of busy here. We've got calls everywhere.
I roll my eyes and I say I understand, and I'll turn back to Erd. All right. Not exactly sure who you are, but if you're gonna be here, stay close.
Of course, I wouldn't want to let a simple human get hurt.
Say what now?
I wouldn't want a simple human to get hurt.
All right, a simple human. All right, I got you. Just stay close.
Okay. So there is the, are you going to go, what are you going to do from here? You've tried to call and they've said, no, I can't really send anybody to help. She's following you around. What are you doing next?
I'm gonna keep an eye on her, just in case things get a little funny.
Okay. Are you,
But I'm gonna continue my search.
okay. So going over towards where the alley was, you do find that there is this alley where the wall did cave in. Go ahead and give me. I'm going to go ahead and call it a careful thing real quick. Erd, are you doing anything? Because he looks like he's looking over this scene.
She'd probably glare at him and then do the same.
Are you going to just look at it physically, or going to do anything psychic related or anything like that?
Um, I think she tried to do a psychic search to try and see if she can pick up on anything.
Okay. I'm going to call that a flashy. So, okay. Ren, what you find, Detective Reynolds, is that wall doesn't look like it should have given way in how it did compared to what the earthquake was doing. It kind of sheared off in a very odd way for what was going on. you're looking at the rest of the wall, it is very much designed to withstand earthquakes. And the way it collapsed is, it seems manufactured. You didn't see anything like an explosive or anything on the security camera, but it looks like it was made to collapse in a very specific way. As for Erd, everything here is kind of fuzzy. It feels like there's some sort of interference on this area.
Interesting.
Now, when you say shear, does that literally mean like there is a shear cutoff where it collapsed?
Uh, Looking at it so much, it's not so much that there was a sheer bit of force. The bricks themselves aren't like cut, but it looks like some force slammed into the side of it and caused it to collapse. It kind of collapsed this way. And the buildings to the left and right of it weren't damaged by the earthquake. There was the power line that fell. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, somebody's playing with the ruler tool.
That'd be me.
I know, I knew. But anyway, so it looks like something hit it hard from this direction and caused it to fall in to deliberately cut off Amaterasu from the street where her friends were. But Erd, you're picking up interference.
Turns to the cop person and says, "It is very interesting. Something like this shouldn't have happened. There's some sort of psychic interference. It seems weird."
Oh, so you're a psychic. All right. Yeah,
No,
no.
I am a general. I am not a psychic. What is a psychic?
Well, you would know a psychic. Psychic is uh, you would know the term psychic that humans use. You would consider it basic. That would be to you like calling a musician's a whistler. Psychic is something anybody can be and might be born with. You've actually trained for thousands of years to hone. You're a sorceress. You're a goddess. You are trained in many ways to use your talent. Be calling you a psychic is just like calling you a novice.
Okay, so psychic, being psychic is like literally like the cherry on top of a sundae. Is that what you humans have? Sundays? Something like that. Um, Me being a psychic is like the cherry. There's a lot of it. You calling me just a psychic is like just taking the lid off the barrel.
Right. Well, anyway, you're right. This is no earthquake did this. No explosion did this. I'm not sure what did this.
Hmm. There has to be someone that can possibly do psychic interference, because I'm not picking up on anything psychic apart from the interference.
Yeah. Are you going to tell her that Amaterasu was last seen and the camera's going this way?
Did she mention she was looking for Amaterasu or no?
No, not yet. You're right. She hasn't.
So I'm not. She has no business in the police investigation.
Yeah. So Erd, are you after having issues with the psychic interference? What are you doing after that and having this discussion?
I'm basically just gonna go, "Ah, this is what I get for being sent after a silly girl."
Actually, Erd pushed herself onto this,
Okay.
but yeah,
This is this is what I basically am saying. This is what I get for trying to go after a silly girl.
yeah.
You're going after a silly girl? What girl?
It's it's complicated. Something to do with gods and such. Uh, basically, the girl that I'm presuming you're probably after, I don't really know. A schoolgirl. She's a how do I put this? She's a reincarnation of a god. Does that make sense?
Yeah. For your knowledge, every 400 years or so, gods and demons reincarnate themselves for health purposes, for mental health purposes, and,
Mm-hmm.
and to also to reconnect with mortals.
Okay.
It's usually every 400 years. You can go about 1,000 fairly safely, but you start to get some degradation over that time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Basically, every 400 years, 4 centuries, if you want to. Um, gods do this to help with the mental health state and connecting with you lot, apparently. It's complicated and weird, but yes, they basically do it so they can be well and relive life again. And this was one of their reincarnations that I was, after went missing, I was sent after to go look for.
He just looks at you like you're insane.
Do not worry about it, Mr. Human. It is very complicated.
And as you say that, a bolt of lightning comes out of the sky, coming straight on both of you. Can I get you to roll? How are you going to defend? It is this brilliant flash of light. What do you do?
Um, Probably like jump backwards.
I instinctively head for cover.
Okay. Go ahead. Both of you give me a quick roll then. You both get clear easily. The lightning crash has a the lightning crash has a skill in zapping people at +2. You get clear easily, but looking back, you notice that the lightning is kind of holding position very for like half a second too long. You know, lightning is just a flash and gone. This lightning bolt seems to hold in existence for for a half a second before vanishing, and then the thunder crashes out over the area.
Okay, if I see that, I want to try and see if I can figure out if the extra length is something to do with magic.
Okay. Give me a clever roll. It is definitely to do with magic. You're not quite able to sure who or what the source is or what kind of species is involved, but it was definitely a psychically directed attack.
Mhm. So I turn to the human and I go, we have to be extra careful. The lightning is stuff to do with magic.
Magic.
Yes,
Like
magic.
sword and sorcery, Dungeons and Dragons magic.
I'll give you a
What is Dungeons and Dragons?
okay. I'll give you a fate point, Erd, if you just do a demonstration.
Okay.
You can describe how you want. I will tell you that you have both mana and vitae, um, because you're half demon. Your mother is a demon, um,
Mm-hmm.
and which means your life force will be blue for mana and red for Vitae if you use both. But you can shape it however you want. You can go full Green Lantern if you want. She is a military trained sorceress.
I think she would basically, when the human goes magic and then says this weird Dungeons and Dragons thing, she's like, what? No. And basically goes, it's something like this. And basically, I don't know why this is coming to my head, but basically summons, um, I think, one sort of element in one hand and a different element in another. I can't decide which elements, you can figure it out. But like, basically, it almost starts juggling with like different types of magic.
Okay, go ahead and give me a flashy, and you get a +2 because you are the eldest daughter of Lilith and Vishnu. You get a +2 to flashily create an advantage when you use both Vitae and mana at the same time.
So that's 7.
Okay, so
Give me a.
mana is
I
the
gotta reset.
yeah. Go ahead. I'll wait for you to reset. Tell me when you're ready.
Okay. Yeah, if you can hear me, I'm ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
So mana is this abstract, stable, kind of builds itself in slow fractal patterns. So one of her balls is this fractal looking pixelated sphere of blue energy that looks very solid. And Vitae is very wild, fast, and powerful and hard to control. So on the other hand is this red glowing ball of energy that looks like she's just barely containing, and then she starts juggling them.
All right, seeing something like that, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't freak out. But do I start all the stuff that weird stuff that's gone on in my neighborhood that I just kind of dismissed?
Uh, yeah, actually, roll me a. Let me see what would be the best one for this. Um, roll me clever. Yeah, yeah. You've started a lot of stuff you thought was maybe some sort of ARG you were seeing through your glasses or something. It's like, wait, was I actually wearing my glasses when I saw that? You're starting to put together a couple of things that you've seen that people have done casually because they're just civilians and don't think about it. That's in your general neighborhood that you've probably been living around supernatural people for a good while now.
I'll casually bang my head into the wall a bit and then calm myself down and be like, all right, fine. That that explains so much. That definitely explains that barbecue.
Barbecue? What is a barbecue?
I'm also going to imagine that one of the example NPCs from the Slice of Life book is an Oni, and Onis have to drink or else they lose their personality. So I'm imagining there's this underage Oni girl that you keep probably taking alcohol away from, and she keeps trying to complain, but I have to drink.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I wouldn't know exactly about that, but now I know to ask.
Yeah, yeah. Because the Oni were created as a slave race by a different species, and they weren't originally planned to have any sort of personality or will of their own. And one of them accidentally drank some alcohol, and it made them a normal person. So they have to drink to stay normal. Anyway, um, so yeah, what do you do from here? Because you just did get what you think is attacked. Actually, while you're sitting here, you banged your head against the wall, coming to that conclusion. There is another flash of lightning. You can see it building up in the sky, kind of like before. And like before, it doesn't just happen instantly as that flash beforehand. And starting, you can kind of see two flashes now.
Um, I make a run for the car.
Okay, make a run for the car. Give me a quick. And Erd, what are you doing? Kai? Kai?
Sorry.
No problem. What is Erd doing? Because it looks like another lightning bolt is coming her way. Realize you do have the ability to put up force fields and such like that.
Yeah, I think considering she's already using her magic, she'd probably make a force field.
Okay. Go ahead and roll forceful. Oh, gads. Yeah. Okay, you get a boost. You've got a brief connect. You've got a brief hold of the. Okay, Reynolds, you get to the car just easily. While you're getting to the car, you see her just reach out with the blue ball and kind of form it into a field that blocks the lightning, and you're connected to that lightning. You're able to hold it for a brief point. You are kind of forcing a connection between whatever this effect is and where it's coming from. What do you want to do with that bird? I'll give you that as a boost since you succeeded with style by a lot.
I want to try and direct it away from me.
You're going to direct the energy away from you. Okay. Uh,
Yes,
okay. I will also point out that you're holding a ball of vitae that you could pour into it back at whatever this came from.
that is true actually. No, no, I do that instead.
Okay. Roll for me. Uh, yeah. Roll for me. Forceful again. Okay. It manages to deflect, but it disconnects and breaks away. Reynolds, while you were watching that and it connecting and all that, you also succeeded with style. While she was focused on returning that attack, you got a hint of what looked like a kind of almost white, not quite white, more of a cream colored type energy surrounding the lightning bolt. And then it when then it especially when she forced the vitae into the red energy into it, you saw sort of a cream colored mixing, and then it pulled away. You are now in the car. um Erd is on the street. There is another looks like another lightning bolt is starting to form.
I'll yell to her, "Look, I'm not entirely certain how all this magic works, but if lightning's still lightning, the car will ground us. It won't have as much of an effect."
Very well then, Mr. Human. And I get into the car.
Okay, and you know lightning is still lightning.
Yeah.
Okay, the lightning flashes out, and again, yeah, it goes into the car and grounds out into the ground.
Yeah, I've actually seen this happen before. Car goes all funny, everything turns on, then turns off, but nothing really happens.
Yeah. I'm going to assume the last time Erd reincarnated was sometime in the 1700s.
Yeah.
So okay, so suddenly the radio goes on, the windshield wipers go on,
Yeah, that's just like,
the
what
rock
the
music's going
hell?
off.
What is going on? What did the what?
But anyway, yeah, it's definitely at this point you get the idea that there is something directly attacking you. You didn't get a clear view of what it was or who it is. So whoever is doing it is using indirect attacks so that they aren't. You had a brief connection with them and they were able to uh, divert your response attack. Unfortunately,
Mm-hmm.
where do you go from? Where do you go from here? Look, you're in the car. It doesn't look like the lightning's able to do anything. Um, all right, what do you do while you're in the car? You probably whoever is attacking you is probably going to be looking for some other way to attack you right now.
Well, the first thing to do is to start heading toward a more public place.
Hmm. Also,
Um,
also Malcolm, give me a clever roll real quick. Okay, you. That's probably enough to know that you should mention that you saw kind of a cream-colored energy. Um, you'd notice when she was juggling that there were two different types of the power, the force, the energy, and they were different colors. You're not entirely sure how
I,
it
I,
works. Yeah.
I was going to get to that. Just wanted to actually get out of the area first, get to
Oh,
someplace more private and or more public
got it.
and more indoors.
Yeah, my apologies for assuming. I get a little bit pushy on one shots. My apologies. Okay. Go ahead. How are you driving? You're going towards somewhere more public. How are you driving? It is a legitimate storm. There is definite rain and wind going on. So could you give me how are you driving?
Um, let's. I'm probably just driving normal because I don't want to raise panic. Because there's already going to be a ton of panic. I don't want to like go streaming through the streets and freak somebody else out like something else is going to attack them. So
Okay.
I'm going to be.
Yeah.
I would imagine I have some combat driving experience.
Oh yeah, you're a veteran from the European wars. So yeah. Um, Go ahead, give me a careful roll, and let me see if one of your stunts falls in. It does not, but if you want to, if you roll badly, you can spend a fate point. So, you're give me a careful roll. Yeah, you're able to drive through. So far, mostly fairly well. Let me give a quick look at something here.
All right, well you do that. So all right, what's your name?
Earth.
I'm Mal. So I saw that blue energy you were messing with and the red one. What's the
Banana
cream
and
colored
red.
stuff?
Cream colored?
And
Yeah, when you were calling that field, I saw a bit of cream colored energy.
as he says that, and you kind of respond, I will tell you right now, cream colored is the life force of the she. You know,
Okay.
Celtic. You know, she Sidhe. Um,
Yeah.
and as he says that, the wind kind of shoves the car to the side and slams you both into like a fire hydrant. This seems to be just natural wind, though, just a sense of the storm in the area, assuming the storm is natural, however. Both of you, please roll for me. Hmm, I'm going to go ahead and say forceful because it's out of the blue. Go ahead and roll forceful. Okay, so Reynolds, right now you're going to be taking 5 stress, which is going to come with a consequence. You're seeing this pull off at the as you're slamming into the fire hydrant, and the way I run fate is that the roll isn't the deciding factor. The roll just determines how much things are going to cost. At this point, you are looking at some pain. Do you do anything to prepare yourself? In which case, by which I mean, do you do anything to spend a fate point to mollify this?
Well, if I see the wind caught my car, um, and I'm being blown. I'm essentially gonna tuck in and make myself like make sure it hits something not vital. Like if I'm being blown down, I want it to hit like my arm or something,
Okay, I
not my head. So I'm gonna like I'm taking a fall.
okay. So I can let you spend a fate point using badass normal, and you can either get a re-roll or get a +2. I can tell you right now that when you rolled all 3 negatives, the re-roll most likely will get you better.
All right,
You
yeah, I'll re-roll and hope for the best.
go for it. Yeah, you're only taking 3 stress, which will clear as soon as you have a time to catch your breath. Uh, Erd, you take 0 stress because you got exactly a tie. You are a little bit shaken, but that will clear up as soon as you get a chance to get out. The car is ruined, but you're able to defend yourself and resist the impact of the crash pretty fine without much. And in the end, Reynolds, you don't take any real injury, but you did get a little bit rattled.
All
Now,
right, that's fair.
yeah, stress is not real injury. Just so you know, stress is not real injury. You don't get real injury until you hit consequences. Um, anyway,
Okay.
Erd and Reynolds, the car is for the moment in need of repair. It's kind of trashed. Uh, and Erd, you are aware that the most characteristic psychic ability of she is the ability to warp perceptions of people. So if they've got a hold of somebody who, as when she's an adult, is often in positions of power within Nirvana culture, that is a
Mm-hmm.
bad thing. It's especially the other thing is you didn't think the there's the fairy court, which isn't all she anymore, though Erd might not be aware that gods are kind of disconnected from mortal society. As far as you were aware, the she did not know about gods, but having the she having captured Amaterasu is very, very, very bad.
All right. Well,
Okay.
she thinks about all that. I'm gonna go to the trunk
Yes,
and take out the equipment that I would have, like detectives and police, if they've been around long enough, normally carry like a shotgun or something from the car
perfectly
and a
right.
med kit
Yeah,
because
perfectly.
I don't want rioters finding a shotgun.
Right, that would be completely bad. Okay. Anything else you do? You're at this point about well, let's say a mile from where you were investigating.
Um, well, I sling the shotgun case. I have the med kit. I make sure Erd is all right. Not really truly believing the God part,
Yeah.
but whatever. Then, are we near any open businesses, like places that really haven't been damaged and have managed to stay open, like taking people in that are too far away to like get away from to get home to stay in for the weather and the what's going on?
There are a couple of places here that look like they're fairly well open, yes, and taking in refugees. Erd, what are you doing?
After realizing about the she and everything, steps out the car, walks up to the human, and goes, "We need to get somewhere safe. I have some more explaining that I need to do, and it's to do with the cream color magic."
Well, I'll point out probably a cafe or something that's taking a few people in. If we go in there, that's a public place. I'm going to take a guess that you guys don't really like displaying your powers all that much in public, because obviously I haven't seen all that much, especially lightning bolts getting flung at people. So if we head in there, unless this person's really brazen, we should be all right for a while.
I recommend we do that.
So I grab my stuff and we head to said cafe.
Okay. And you're in the cafe, and it's like, oh, hello. It's a little bit crazy right here. Do you need any help?
Just a place to sit down for a bit. I'll show her my badge.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't need any assistance. Just need to get out of this for a bit.
Understood, sir. Understood. I understand. Thank you. And she goes on and starts doing other things. You find a good place to sit down that's a little bit out of the way, that there aren't that many people nearby. And what do you do?
Well, first things
Well,
first, I get to get a painkiller.
Okay. That you can do that, and I'll go ahead and clear your stress for that. Actually. Okay. And you're sitting down to talk. Erd, what do you say, or who starts the conversation?
All right, so I'm going to take a leap here and go that you know way more about what's going on than I do. So, who's the girl I'm after? What's this cream colored stuff? And how fucked am I?
the girl you're after is a reincarnated goddess. I'm sure you know of her name, so I will not need to explain that.
Yeah,
The
Amaterasu?
Yes, that is correct.
Yes, they're using their own names.
Yes. The cream colored is from a sort of fairy based fairy based clan known as She. They do a lot of stuff to do with the elements.
um,
But
what you would know is the She are a descended from humans. They evolved out of humans. Um, Extremely beautiful. They tend to do a lot with illusions. They can do
mhm,
elements like you said, but they tend to do a lot with illusions and warping people's minds.
okay. A lot of their things is with illusions as well, and warping of the mind. Um, they do a lot of harmful things. They're originated from you kind of people. You're humans. They originate from you. The Apparently very pretty. I don't really know, never met one myself.
That's actually fairly true. Erd would have been born after the about the same time the fairy court, the gods and the demons stopped messing with each other. So yeah, you probably have never met one.
As for how reflect you are, um, I don't really know.
Okay. Uh,
All right,
Go on.
all right, all right. Since okay, I have again no real concept of the gods or anything yet, but I do know how to work case. Going off of that, this is a kidnapping, and they're making an assumption that people blend in really well. Let's work. I'm going to work this like a kidnapping. Who would I know or where to go to get a find a snitch or somebody that may have an idea of what's going on here? If even if it's just a low level, like something's been moving. If this was a normal mortal kidnapping.
Okay. Actually, go ahead and give this. Actually, even if this is a normal mortal kidnapping, the one that would give you the most information about it might be very interesting with this. Okay, give me a quick clever roll. Okay, so now which one to pull out? Okay, there is a kind of shady individual who acts as a criminal informant at times. He seems to have an in with several different criminal groups. Um, and he keeps his thing, and he seems to have a way of when things are about to get out of hand, he kind of finds ways to get information to the cops. Always seems to be hanging around groups that fall apart afterwards, and never getting caught up, even arrested by any of them himself. His name is Jack Deer.
All right. Do I know where he normally hangs out and how far away that is?
Yes, you do. It's not very far away. He's in an he at least his current thing where you can usually find him if you're looking for information is probably not much further than 20-minute walk from here.
All right. I may know a guy treating this as a normal kidnapping because that's the only thing I can do. I may know a guy that has some information. He normally hangs out a place about 20 minutes from here. If you're welcome to come with me, and maybe you'll see somebody that isn't quite normal, and we can get information from them. But until something happens, that's the best idea I got.
It's better than probably trying to fight the ships up in the sky and stuff. I'd recommend it, but we would have to be careful on our way there. Because looking at your car out there, we're not getting there anyway fast.
Yeah, I figure we stay close to the buildings. It's a 20-minute walk, so if we hoof it, it might be about a we might be able to cut some time off of it. But I figure if we stay near the buildings and in this more public area, we'll still be relatively safe.
It is our safest bet and our probably most informative bet. I say we do this.
Okay. Um, as you're getting you leave the building and you start walking along the streets, there are people kind of this it's not a standard day. There are people going for cover. It is definitely a lot of rushing wind and rain and snow, not snow, but rain, pervasive downpour. So can you go ahead and give me careful rolls while I roll against the pervasive downpour's ability to make stuff hard to hear or see. And Erd. Oh, you already did. Okay, so you don't see this coming. You're walking along, trying to keep your head down in the water, in the rain and everything, and um, suddenly, in front of you, there are a trio of there's a trio of thugs that are drawing guns and shooting at you. +2 for shooting wildly. How do you defend?
Um,
Like would defend normally. If there's an alley or something hard, I duck behind it.
Okay,
I summon mana and turn it into a force field.
got it. Okay, go ahead and give me flashy for Erd and quick for Mal. Okay, Mal, you are able to dodge aside easily. You are actually in a position to get a boost. Um, if you want, you can spend that boost to you can provide that boost to Erd to let her use it to, like, say you tackle her out of the way, because Erd, your mana at this point is being too slow to form up. That's a problem with mana, is it is slow, and you're not. It's just not forming up as fast as it needs to. You can spin a fate point, or Reynolds can push you out of the way. Which do you want to? Which do you guys want to do?
I'll use the boost to try to tackle her out of the way and get her under whatever cover I found.
Okay. +2. So yeah, the bullets go crashing past you, Erd. That human just saved you from at least a little bit of pain, um, and you are now undercover. Okay, and who wants to go first, Erd or Reynolds? Because it's your turn to respond. The thugs are moving forward towards you. These look like normal human thugs.
All right.
I think
They're not terribly far away, right?
No.
I'm gonna pull out my sidearm because I'm not gonna waste shotgun shells on normal street toughs, and I'm going to return fire because they fired on an officer.
Okay. And Erd?
I'm going to summon Viti and send it towards them.
Okay. Blast of Vitae. Go ahead and give me a flashy then. And give me flashy with the gunfire as well on.
Now, this is gonna suck. Yep, exactly how I. Wow. Oh
Yes!
wow.
Yes! This is perfect.
Jumping into things.
They each only have. They don't have any consequences. They each only have one stress.
Perfect.
So their defensive measures were to jump into incoming fire. That is brilliant.
Amazing.
Their skills are shooting wildly +2, intimidating innocent people +2, recognizing bigger dogs -2, shooting accurately -2. So
And now it's jumping in the fire.
yeah, they had no defensive thing at all. So I just rolled +0. Yep, yep. So one of them gets taken down. You can decide whether you guys how do you want to do this. You can make this fatal or not as much as you want. Knowing Erd is a soldier, but yeah, whatever you want, however you guys want to do it, you can make it lethal or non-lethal as much as you want. They are out. These two are out of the scene. There's only going to be one left.
I'm making mine non-lethal. I like asking
Okay.
questions.
Describe.
Essentially, if I can line up a shot, I will hit one of their shoulders, and especially the one carrying the gun.
Got it. And Erd?
I've just been shot at by humans. It's gonna be lethal.
Yep. Go ahead and describe how it is. Remember, Vitae is kind of like trying to control a fire hose when you're using it.
I think she basically, after she gets pushed to the side, she has like gets really angry and summons the Vita in her hand, turns to one of the person, and just kind of winds it up in her hand like a ball and just chucks it.
It hits him, and he just gets torn apart. Ash. It's not burned because you don't summon fire. You're summoning Vitae. You just get torn apart on a you just tear him apart on a molecular level. It's like the energy forces its way through and breaks all the molecular bonds bit by bit, and he's just gone.
Uh, Give me a second. I gotta go get something because it's starting to rain. I'll be right back. All right.
No problem. And I'm going to roll to see if the other one recognizes bigger dogs. He does not recognize bigger dogs.
Oh, that's perfect.
He almost recognized bigger dogs. Okay. So he is going to go ahead and try. He just saw you destroy his friend. He's going to try to shoot at you. Shooting accurately instead of wildly, he gets a 0. Go ahead and defend.
Okay, I think I was thinking because I was still like summoning the mana at the time,
Yeah.
so like the force field thing's still in progress.
Yeah, that works.
So I'm going to use that to
Go ahead
basically.
and give me a. Go ahead and give me a flashy roll again. Yeah, you have a boost. That you have a boost again. You have succeeded with style. You have a boost. The there's just a cascade of energy off the aura, the field, and it whacks him back and knocks him on his ass.
Perfect.
All right. So what happened? Because I kind of missed.
The force field finally completed itself, and the guy failed to recognize bigger dogs, tried to shoot accurately, and shot at Erd, who got her force field up, and succeeded so well there was a brush of energy in release that knocked the final gunman on his ass. He's still in the fight though. So if either of you wants to do anything, there is still one gunman.
There's one standing gunman, or the gunman's on the floor.
There's the one you shot in the shoulder who is out of the fight. He is not resisting. There is one still resisting who just got knocked onto the floor as a result of the reverberation from the Earth's shield.
You showed me. Vite back.
I'm gonna go walk over to the one that she knocked over, kind of step on his nuts, point my gun right at his head.
Are you going to still do the vitae back, or are you going to let him do the step on the nuts thing?
No, Vite. Vite all the way.
Okay,
That's going in.
okay, so this is going to be a contest between the two of you. Give me quick versus. Give me two quick rolls. It's a tie!
Oh,
So
perfect.
I have a fate point for both of you. If you both have to accept this, or actually, if you accept this, Erd, you will shoot just as he gets in the way, and Malcolm, if you accept this, you will get hit by this vitae. You won't
Yeah, because
die.
if I step, I'll take it because either way I wouldn't have quite seen it coming because I kind of focused on trying to get answers from this guy.
Okay.
Yeah, and I would have really just out of rage of being shot at,
Yeah.
would have still fired it anyway.
Yeah. You were also really hoping to catch Zeus in this event, and kind of disappointed that he's not involved. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and give me quickly. Okay, what happens is he steps in the way to start torturing the guy, and your eyes kind of go. Erd's eyes go wide as she releases the vitae. It's already too late. She tries to snap it closed, but like I said, it's like trying to control a fire hose. Already, some of it's flashing out, and slams into his back. And give me a forceful roll, Reynolds, just representing basic health.
If you kill me, I'm coming back to haunt you.
I can guarantee you it's not going to kill you. 0. Okay. And that flashy roll, and the quick roll was a 3. Could you give me a flashy roll real quick, Erd? So I was going to do it basically the higher you rolled, the less damage would be done. So that is a 3. So you're taking 3 stress again, unfortunately, Reynolds. You get slammed into the back and get thrown to the ground. You are back to having 3 stress. Fortunately, no actual damage was done, but you're thrown on the ground. The street thug finally recognizes he's in over his head and starts scrambling to run. What do you do?
Seeing
Uh,
that I just hit the human and didn't mean to, that's kind of got her even more raged, and she fires again at the escaping dude
Okay,
with Vite.
go ahead and actually, Reynolds, what are you doing? You're on your back, and you're kind of feeling a little bit pained. You're checking yourself out. You fortunately didn't take any severe damage, but what do you do?
I doubt I'm on my back. If she hit me in the back, I'm on my face. I'm just kind of there, twitching, kind of like I got electrocuted.
Okay then, Erd, roll forceful this time.
Oh, right, okay. That one then.
It
Oh,
comes out the same.
same.
Okay, uh, and he was a 0 to run away and a 1 to resist. He go ahead, describe him, describe how he dies.
Uh, kind of like the same guy before. She throws it at him, but it kind of instead of just taking him apart molecule by molecule, it's more of like a flash to electrocution and then just disappearance.
Got it. Okay. Um, give me a quick. Got it. Give. Let's see here. Give me a quick clever roll, Reynolds. And give me a sneaky roll on Erd. She's not deliberately hiding this. It's a okay. You're not knowing for sure what it is. That's a tie, so I'm going to go ahead. If you spend a fate point on the insightful cop, I'll give you. You'll figure something out.
Yeah, I'll throw it in.
Okay. And I gave you a fate point because you got hit by the thing, so you're now back to two. Okay. I would normally not specifically mention which aspect I'm suggesting, but one shot and all those other such things. I try to. It's plus I'm not sure. I think Kai's a little bit new to Fate, so I'm doing the teaching thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so Reynolds, there is a lot of stress in this woman, and I'm gonna just you don't get all of this, but I'm gonna describe some of this for Kai's benefit. Uh, there is very recently within the canon of the setting, two people that would be considered family to Erd, that she would consider
Mm.
family, were threatened by attack by rogue immortals. They were both on the demon side of the political divide, but she still considers them family.
Yeah.
And one of them is her biological daughter. It was created by a homunculus ritual rather than any sort of sexual. She's basically a clone, but Erd still
Mm.
considers her a daughter because it comes from her biological essence. Was put in the hospital. Erd
Yeah.
was really hoping to find that the person behind this disappearance was the same as the person that was behind that. You don't know this specifically,
Mm.
but you're sensing that she is frustrated, angry, and there's a lot of keyed up stress in her. You know how cops get when one of their own is injured. That's a lot what you're seeing.
All right. She had mentioned the word that she was a general before, right?
Yes.
Well, I'm not going to let my cop instincts tick in. I'm going to let my soldier instincts tick in. And I'm pretty much going to just yell out, "Stand down, soldier."
She looks at you as if to say, "What?" but
Give
doesn't like move or anything. Just looks at you like, "What are you on about?"
give me a clever roll versus a forceful roll. This is your both of your being plus three, so this will be interesting. Okay, something about his attitude. You still say that, but something about his attitude kind of cuts through the rage. Erd.
She she appears to have like stood down, but she's still looking at you like, "How are you able to do this to me? You're confusing me." But she doesn't say anything. She just looks at you like, "What are you on with?"
But she looks like she's visibly calmed down.
Yeah,
Somewhat, yeah.
she seems to have caught her breath a little bit.
I'll just get up and kind of smirk and like, You look like you're about to blow a gasket. With your kind of firepower, that would not have been good. I did what I thought I said the first thing that came to mind. General, not, you're still a soldier.
And how would you know all these soldiery terms?
What was that?
Sorry, I had to sweep them up. How would you know all these soldiery terms?
I'll get up kind of shakily and do a military salute and give her my former rank and position in whatever unit I was in.
Give me a quick clever roll, Erd. That's enough. He's being open. Uh, you you are the queen of soldiers. You are the goddess of fate. He is opening up a little bit of that to you. You're getting you're getting a feel of his military and law enforcement career, and this is somebody who is heroic. This is somebody who you would be you would probably be proud to stand beside in battle.
It has appeared I found a decent human then, who actually understands some of these issues. You can stand there and stop doing this silly saluting. Doesn't matter.
You are not going to have any more incidences on the way to the informant's place. By the way,
Oh no, there is one thing because
okay.
there's still that one guy
Oh, you're right.
kind of on the wall with the bullet hole in his shoulder.
You might not
I just
need
gotta
Jack.
kind of press into that.
Okay, I forgot about him. Thank you for reminding me. You might not need Jack. Okay, that leaves you both with a guy who is sitting there. He was taken out, so he didn't get a chance to run away. He's sitting there clutching his shoulder, looking at you scared, and just now getting to. He is just. You guys were talking. He just barely getting into his head that I could sneak away, and he's trying to crawl away as you turn to look at him.
I grab his bad shoulder.
I wouldn't recommend leaving us, Mr. Human.
What? What the hell? What is what? What are you people? What are you? What are you?
He is a god. I am a goddess.
Okay.
But in more practical terms, I show him my badge.
Okay.
And I pull out, as he shows the badge, I pull out my sword.
Okay. So your sword is sheathed in an extra dimensional space that is the access point is built into your body. So you kind of pull it out
Mm-hmm.
of I think like your hand, the palm of your hand.
Yep.
And kind of eyes go wide. Reynolds kind of links over that and has a flashback to seeing somebody reach into a purse all the way up to their shoulder.
I just assumed it was a big purse like all women have.
Yep.
Anyway, I kind of reach over, I put my hand on his bad shoulder. I don't quite squeeze yet.
Okay. They didn't tell me anything about attacking a cop or whatever. Oh, you that kind of that witch is. By the
Well,
way,
I am not a witch. I
yeah,
am a goddess.
yeah. Witch in this setting would be a very insulting term to every supernatural. It's generally their term for people that use their powers unethically.
Mm-hmm. I am not a
Well,
witch. Or a witch would probably try to cure you without asking you questions. I simply remove the other two from the situation. Made
Okay,
it a bit easier to get to freak you out a bit.
okay. Reynolds.
you You're in a very lucky situation. We're in a bit of an emergency situation. So I don't have to tell people what just happened here, but I could. So you're going to tell me who hired you and where I can find them. Or I can make sure you get lost in this situation real easy.
Okay, so Erd, give me a forceful roll. This will produce an advantage that might give Reynolds a better chance here. Not that he needs much of it, but yeah, give me a quick forceful roll. Is that
Yes.
two?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So Reynolds, you can give me a forceful roll as well. There is an aspect on the scene that is called terrifying supernatural presence. It has two free tags you can use, all on the same. You can use them both on the same roll, or you can use them, or you can save them. But you can roll a forceful against him because you're doing flat out intimidation here. And go ahead. Yeah, if you spin one of those tags or a fate point, you can go up to success with style.
I'll spend one of the tags.
Okay, it's like we were hired by Reinhold. We were hired by the Mr. Reinhold. Wanted said there was some sort of there was we heard rumors about this girl, and well, that she had some. They thought she had some sort of power. We figured more psychics we could get on our hands on, the better.
And where can we find this Mr. Reinhold?
Uh, Mr. Reinhold, you've heard the name before. He is he has he runs a lot of things along the line. He kind of has his hands in some of the entertainment industry out in Seattle. Um, he he sets up his base out of a what do you call it? A talent agency that is very shady, that has been investigated a couple times but never really got anything. He's unlikely to have anything quite there because because that would put it at vulnerability. But this guy's well. There's this. He kind of flips between you and Erd. There's this warehouse. I think we took her to the warehouse. Yeah, that pretty boy is there.
All right, give me an address, and if I see you again, or I found out you told them we're coming, I'm gonna let her at you.
Right, right. No, I'm gone. And he starts stumbling his way out.
We got an address from him.
Yeah.
I stand up and then kind of collapse into myself because I'm in a hell of a lot of pain.
Okay. What do you do, Erd? The human is running away. He did make a deal. Um, you are from the society that tends to be very order minded and deal minded. Well, not deal minded, but law and order. You're very. He did make an agreement. You might. I don't know for sure whether you would have Erd fall through on that, but he is the thug is running away right now.
Seeing that my soldier based human friend is collapsing, I think Erd would rather just let the weird, annoying human leave and try to help her friend.
Okay. Out of not by coincidence, you kind of forced yourself on this kind of situation. There is a very you could always just you don't generally study healing yourself, but you do know a little bit of the way of magic, which magic is borrowing other people's powers, and you can easily
Mm-hmm.
try to borrow some healing ability from the collective of gods. And there is one that's very close that you might be able to call upon, and that's Nyx. And let's see what the way spellcasting works is a lot of times you use incantation. I can't remember the incantation for any healing thing, but the conjuration to connect to a specific god or goddess or demon or demoness uh, is different for each one. In the case of Nyx, who is the closest healer you are aware of, that would be the unwanted child. So you can make a little prayer to the unwanted child to call upon some healing.
I do that.
Okay, give me a careful roll. Not Erd's best, but do so. That's enough to treat the stress and the pain that it does go away.
All right, so I'm pain free at this point.
Yeah.
All right, I'll pick myself up. Thank you. Again, I still don't quite understand what you did, but thank you.
It is not me you should be thanking. It is a friend of mine known as Nix. It's fine though, I can pass the message on to her.
By the way, the price for white magic, which is connecting to nirvana, is that the god you borrow from gains your surface thoughts at the time and perceptions at the time as memories. Nyx might not necessarily immediately notice it, but she will remember this point as if she was there.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Um, yeah. So you have an address. How do you plan to proceed from here?
How far away is this place?
Unfortunately for you, it's a little bit distant away. It, by car, it might take a good 20 minutes. By foot, through the rain, it could take hours.
All right.
I will.
Is my station anywhere near here?
Relatively close. That might also take an hour to get to. Um, are you going to mention you're going to mention location where the address is? Because if you do, Erd is capable of teleporting as long as you can get to a position of historical significance, and Seattle has a lot of those.
Well, she was right there. If she needs clarification where it is, I'll explain. It's in this district. It's near this, and this.
I
So
can get us there. But Mr. Human, I want to ask you something.
Ask.
The human we let free, right? He said pretty boy, correct?
Yeah, he said pretty boy. I mean, I don't think I know of any
he the
gang members or anything like that.
Reinhold does operate out of a talent agency, so he has a number. There are a couple of people he has on hand that are very pretty.
Yeah, but Erd's thought here is pretty boy could mean she.
Yeah, and
So
at this point, Erd is at least comforted in thinking that she's dealing with a she mercenary rather than the fairy court.
yeah. Okay, so I think the pretty boy is a she, which could prove semi difficult, but we'll have to find out when we get there.
Well, if I have to get in a fight with this guy, are my guns going to be enough?
I do not know.
Um, a talented user of guns could even kill you. Somebody who is knowing what they're doing. If you weren't paying attention and weren't able to get a force field up, somebody who is skilled might be able to hit you in a place where you're not bulletproof.
Mm.
You still have
It is a
yeah, but
it
yeah,
is a it is a possibility. Um, depending on where you hit. Uh,
and on how much they have altered themselves.
yeah, it depends on where you hit, how much they've ordered to themselves, how good you are at hitting with a gun. It's a lot of factors go into it, but it is even possible for a person who is extremely skilled at guns to be able to even kill an immortal like me.
Yeah, basically, rules of biology still apply.
Well, let's hope I'm good enough. Let's get going. Oh crap, we need a car.
Yeah,
Um,
actually, give Erd
no,
give
you. Oh wait, you're gonna take us, aren't you?
this will be interesting. Erd, give me a flashy roll. Erd's method of travel isn't the most bizarre I've given gods. There is a goddess who travels through laughter.
Well then,
Okay, yeah, that's enough. Um, you're going to you go for a moment. You're going in the wrong direction because Erd is just tracking in on the nearest point of historical significance. Um, and when you get there, you're kind of standing on the threshold of an old building from the earliest days when the area was settled. And Erd sort of reaches out up the steps and seems to push space out of the way and reveal another street past and gesture for you to go through.
after you,
Oh, yeah. This day is getting weirder and weirder. I go through.
Yeah. If we had a if we had anybody using the human form of transport of teleportation, which currently at this time is only possible through machines attached to nuclear reactors because of how much power it demands. Uh, that tends to freak out gods and demons how humans teleport. So, so you go ahead, Erd.
I follow after him.
Okay, you are now fairly close to the neighborhood of the warehouse mentioned. You can actually see the warehouse that he was talking about down the hill from you. You have traveled a good 20 miles in a couple steps, or 5 miles. I forget how big Seattle is. About 5 miles in a couple steps.
Yep, just going with it. Just going with it.
Okay, the warehouse is down at the end of the hill. It's abutting a pier because it's a port city, Seattle. How do you guys want? You are fairly aware that there's probably some guards there.
I'll pull out a set of binoculars from the kit I took with me,
Okay.
and it's a casing.
Okay. Give me a careful roll. Okay. And Erd, what are you doing? I would.
Seeing that
Go on.
Hmm.
Sorry. Just a note, you guys look at your stunts sometimes. So, but because
Yeah, right.
okay, but go ahead, Erd.
I'm going. I think I'm gonna do my once per session goddess of fate and ask what is going to happen next.
Okay. Um, you're going to you get okay. I was looking at something over here. You're getting an image of um a four-wheel drive vehicle, kind of a hefty truck type thing, pulling up, and a extremely pretty woman stepping out of it and walking into the warehouse down below, um, flanked by another couple of thugs. These ones look a little bit more competent, and going in to talk to someone who looks like they could be her brother.
Okay.
And Reynolds on his careful was a 2. Okay, you are seeing there's a good there are definite. I mean, they're not out on the rooftops the way they would normally be because of the storm, but you're definitely seeing people at the corners of windows in the warehouse. You're seeing flashlights. They're not being the most careful with their guard thing. They don't expect anybody to be out, so they're more concerned with keeping a good lights on. You can see kind of through the windows a place where there is more light than elsewhere, probably where there's more people.
And these guards are more focused inward than outward.
They're more focused on being able to see than being unseen. They're not being subtle.
Okay. All right. So I guess I'm gonna look and uh, try to figure out a pattern so we could at least sneak up to the front door, or not the front door, but some entrance.
Okay, go ahead and give me a clever roll. Yeah, that is, you have a good plan of approach for a one tag. Plan of approach for one tag. And Erd, what do you do?
I turn to Malcolm and I go, we should hurry. Uh, I, one of my powers is I can see roughly into the future. There is a woman coming, a pretty woman, a female chair, if you will, coming in a big truck soon with a couple more thugs. Presumably going to talk to the pretty boy, which I am presuming is her brother.
All right. I'll tell her of my plan of attack to get in there. Um, Once we're in there, well, that's another story.
Okay. Um, if you guys want to take that, I'll let you go ahead and roll sneaky now. You have the benefit of that plan of approach for a free tag, and you also have fate points. Let me roll guard's attention real quick.
So I think I'm gonna use a fate point
On what aspect?
on a reroll because I've got a -2 right now.
I'm going to suggest Goddess of Fate as that. So you get the domain, or you could do it off the free one off the plan approach. The plan of approach
Yeah, I
is
was gonna.
yeah,
I do it off the free one.
and Firefox is trying to crash on me right now, so I'm hoping and praying it doesn't crash. It did not crash.
Yay.
Okay. Woo!
Whew.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that plan of approach prevented you guys from getting seen. You get in close to the warehouse. He had a wonderful plan of approach. Great tactically minded person. If he hadn't been planning that out, you might have gotten seen. Anyway, you are close to a door on the warehouse. You have not been observed. You managed to get inside out of the rain. Um, that rain must have helped you a lot too. That is a heftily bad roll on their part.
Yeah.
You are both completely unnoticed. So what I am going to do is, despite the fact you spent that point, you succeeded with style because he rolled so badly. I'm going to give you two more squares on the plan of approach. As you get in, you can kind of see off to the kind of in a cargo cage type thing. You're seeing Amaterasu sitting there tied to a chair, looking very dazed and out of it. There is definitely an injury to her head. Um, it's not bleeding the way it would for a human. Gods, demons, and visionaries, which would be the human equivalent, which are going the same way, don't bleed out. Their their body is constantly being created by their unconscious and subconscious mind, so they don't die unless they are killed or they get infected with something that causes their life force to bleed. So there is a head injury that doesn't look like it's bleeding enough, and she looks very confused. And there is probably the most handsome man you have ever seen there, Reynolds. And Erd, you have never seen a she before. It is just they are disturbingly perfect. There is not a thing out of place. This is probably the most perfect ideal of beauty you have ever seen. It stands out from all the humans in the area immediately.
All right, I'm gonna try to get a quick count of how many people we're dealing with here.
Um, they're scattered around the warehouse, but I'm going to say you think there's a good 8 people in here. They look to be of higher caliber than the thugs that were originally sent against you. 8 people plus the she that you can see.
I'm gonna in a hushed tone. All right. I don't know about you, but I can't readily take on 8 people at once, plus someone that might be able to do what you do. So our best plan is to try to lower their numbers before we get into a big fight.
Mm, but if it's drawing numbers that you want, I'm sure I can do that with a bit of ease.
Can you do that without making a light show?
It's possible.
Probably not.
It's possible you can. It's not your preferred thing. It's been a while since gods and demons were on truce, so you usually only get pulled out to do fighting if there's something like a nameless thing to fight. Um, where it doesn't matter if you're flashy or not. It's usually tried. You usually leave it to other people to conceal what's going on, but you can be stealthy. It's just not your preferred thing. You're not really good at it.
I'm not the greatest at stealth playing, but I can get them killed.
He is right though. Going and making a big spectacle of this is risks Amaterasu dying.
Mm-hmm.
especially if these people don't know what they're dealing with. And if Amaterasu dies, somebody else on the other side also dies, and that threatens the truce. Especially since Amaterasu
Yeah.
is in favor of a full peace, and it would look bad.
Mhm.
All right. So let's try to get this done as quiet as possible. And if things go foobar, well, if things go foobar, you'll have to light the place up anyway.
That is doable.
If I might remind Reynolds, you have that deductive stunt thing that lets you get a clue, and I think I might give that to you right now, if you, unless you have another use idea for it.
No, I'm pretty much at a loss. So yeah, I'll take that.
What I would suggest is that if she's not very good at stealth, what you could at least do is try to get close to Amaterasu and safeguard her before anything hits the fan.
So wait, have her essentially be a distraction and have me get up close and snatch her.
Or have her at least try to wait until you're close enough to get her out of danger. Have
Okay, that
Erd
sounds
wait.
good to me.
Yeah, you're the group that's getting in position to do the snatch rescue, um, and she's trying to get in position to give covering fire as soon as the safety is secured.
All right, so yeah, I'm gonna go try to get as close to her as I can. Keep an eye out for me. When I grab her, or if something goes wrong, well, cause havoc.
With pleasure.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's do this.
Go ahead and give me a sneaky roll. You have two tags on plan of approach because of how successful you were getting in here. They have no idea you're in here.
I can apply the tags after I roll, right?
Yeah, that's the thing about fate is again it's the concept I've heard of it called is fate is fortune in the middle. The dice roll again does not deter is not the determiner of success or failure. The dice roll just modifies the cost of success and failure.
All right, let's see what happens.
Okay.
I'll probably be using those two tags.
Yeah, okay. Do you want to use those tags as a reroll or a plus two? Reroll is probably not the best for you because you only got a minus one. So statistically, you'll probably get less with a. The plus two will get you to a tie. If you spin both, you'll get it to a four, which would be beating them.
Yeah, I'll spend both tags, and yeah, right now I'll just spend both tags. I'm gonna save my fate points.
Okay. So you're getting into position. You are close. Erd, what are you doing during this time?
Basically, standing near where we entered, just having. I've got my sword out of my hand, and I've got my hand ready to summon Vitae if necessary.
Okay.
And I'm just kind of waiting.
Okay. Actually, as a suggestion, you might be summoning a little bit of mana to serve as a funnel for the Vitae. That would let you use both in the
Yeah,
same attack and let you use your thing. And mana is slower, so you would want to start using it first. Vitae is wild. You don't want to start tapping it until you have to.
yeah. So like I've got mana starting very slow, like slowly in my hand, and I've got my sword out, and I'm just waiting.
Okay. Give me a quick careful roll. That's a good roll. Okay, so I'm going to give you a thing here. Let's see. I'm going to give you Mana Vitae Cannon Prep with one tag.
Ooh.
That's probably not what Erd would call it, since she's very not silly. but but anyway, okay. They are moving about. The she is coming away from talking on the phone, and he sounds kind of upset. It's like, where are they? What do you mean they never came back? We don't need anybody interfering with this. It takes time it takes me time to craft a dream. Just get back here as soon as you can. Go play before. Just stop playing around with lightning and fire. Just get back here as soon as you can.
All right, if he is distracted, I am going to, unless I'm too far away, I'm going to try to. I'll pull out, say, a pocket knife I have, and I'll try to cut Amaterasu loose.
Okay, go ahead and give me a sneaky. Yeah, okay. Yeah,
That's funny. My biggest thing is I can't see what I roll when I hit the press, so it's like everything's a surprise.
you rolled a 4 for some reason, and they rolled for some reason. I don't know why you can't see. You rolled a 4, they rolled a 1. You beat them by 3, so that's with style. You are able to get away very cleanly. I am going to go ahead and give you a boost of where did she go.
All right, so yeah, I got her. I'm trying to guide her away from everybody.
Yeah.
And obviously, I mean, Erd's watching. Erd's looking right at her, so when
Yeah.
she disappears, Prince Erd can see that.
Yeah. Erd.
I get away, and Erd can do whatever she wants at this point.
Yeah. Erd. The guy gets off the phone, turns back and looks at the empty chair, and says, "Where did she go?" Very annoyed and upset. And what do you do?
Cannon fire at the dude that said, "Where did she go?"
The Bishi guy?
Yep.
Okay. So, Bishi guy, whose sister is not here, and thus he is the mental one. This will be very, very amusing. Okay. Where are you? Okay. He's got full character sheet. Go ahead and give me forceful, please. You are unleashing all the power of yourself. Oh, cads. Did you add the +2 to that? Because
Yes.
no, you didn't. That's an additional +2. You have a 7. His this is
Man.
his yeah his
American.
he's being forced to roll quick because he's not prepared. His quick is a +0.
Yes.
Oh, gads. Okay, so that is 9. That is a 9. Going to be 9 stress. I am going to spend an NPC fate point to have him re-roll on evil she mercenary. Not quite as bad. He is still blown out of existence. He says, "Where did she go?" and suddenly there is a bolt of blue and red mixed energy smashing through him.
Where did she go? And there he went.
Where did she go? Hole in chest.
Okay. Okay, so what I'm doing this is I'm doing a hit squad of 6 people and 2 outfit soldiers. So there is a horde and 2 other things. So it's a total of 3 characters against you. You've killed the one with the main character sheet. Depending on how fast
Yay.
you can get out of here or get this done with, you might be able to avoid the other mercenary. Okay, let's go ahead and the Erd has done that. You've pulled Amaterasu away. The I'm going to have the bad guys go now. Let's see. The outfit soldiers turn around and see what happened with Erd and start the one of them starts turning and shooting at you with what looks like a automatic weapon, like a submachine gun of some sort. So I'm going to roll his
Mm-hmm.
skill for killing people.
Would I be able to use force field considering I have mana up?
Probably should, and you have that cannon prep there that includes mana. It might still be difficult, but I'll let you use the tag you had on the prep for that. And he rolled a
Okay.
2, so you can go ahead and roll a forceful defense if you do that. Do you want to use
Yeah,
the? Do you want to
I'm
use
using.
the tag?
Yeah.
Okay, so
See
that
what
makes a
it is.
3. The machine gun bullets ping off of the remains of the cannon. You put the cannon muzzle in between you and him, and pings off. The other one starts trying to flank you as a way of getting you in a position of vulnerability. So go ahead and give me a clever roll on that, please. You completely see what he's doing. He is not able to outmaneuver you at all. There is no advantage placed on you. You you've outmaneuvered him. You haven't outmaneuvered him, but he has failed to maneuver you on you. And the hit squad, the other 6 people, are coming in and trying to. I'm going to roll on their kill everything table. They don't know where she is, but they're going to roll 5 stress against you. 5 to hit against you. You can roll. How are you defending?
Um, Probably using. I don't know actually. Probably still using like the cannon,
Okay.
but just moving it constantly.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a quick, not a quick roll, a flashy roll. Good. Okay. So you're going to take at this point you're taking a consequence and some stress. I will note you are perfectly capable of dealing with that because Erd is a little bit tough. Um, do you want to spend any fate points or on anything to make the stress less, or do you want to go ahead and take the consequence and such?
I'm just gonna take it.
Okay, so I'm going to give you a minor consequence of that it's not the bullet fire. It is warping the mana quickly enough to get everything done is stressing out your life force. So you take a minor consequence and 2 stress. The minor consequence is basically blood bruising. You've got little blood blisters popping out all over your skin, where channeling the life force so roughly has just caused you some minor blistering all over your skin.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Question.
Go ahead.
I've have I gotten out of the building with her?
You haven't gotten out of the building. You've gotten out of the line of sight.
Um, if I tuck her away, so is there any sort of vehicle? And I'm not talking about like truck or anything. That would be wonderful. But like a load lifter or something like that.
If you spend a fate point, I'll say there's a truck.
All right. I'll spend the point.
Okay.
I'll get in the truck with Amaterasu,
Yeah.
Tucker flee, and I'm going to aim the truck at a bunch of unsuspecting hit squad.
Got it. Give me Ooh, this is going to be clever. I actually no, I'm going to make this your forceful. You're using brute force here. Go use your forceful. It's +2 for you. You still have fate
I'll
points
spend another fate point.
on badass normal. I'm guessing.
Yeah, if I can.
Yep. Go ahead. I'm guessing you're going to re-roll because that's a negative organic. That's much better. Uh, and unfortunately for them, they have a skill that applies to this situation. I like the way you do minor adversaries in this. You just name a skill of something that is done. You don't. It's not a specific thing. You just name something. Do you know what I named this skill that applies to this situation?
What?
Retreating in time. That that you hit all six. They kind of clustering together, kind of moving forward, and you just drive the truck all through them. They are out. Describe how you want them to be out, but they are out.
Well, I start driving toward them, and then I drift. So I kind of like baseball bat swing them with the rear of the truck. That way, the passenger side door of the truck is facing Erd.
Okay, Erd, this is what happens. It's your turn.
I'll also yell, "Get in!"
Okay, I want to get into the truck, but open up the window and fire the cannon again.
Okay, go ahead. Make it force. I actually am going to go ahead. You're mostly getting into the truck, so I'm going to call this quick, which is still pretty good for you, but I'm going to call this quick. +2. That's a 2. -1. So that's 3. They don't have any consequences. That's one of the outfit soldiers blown away. How do you describe it however you want?
He just kind of gets shot and kind of flies back as the molecules split.
Got it. Okay. The last outfit shoulder is trying to take a shot at the truck. I'm going to call this using tactics. He's going to try to shoot the tires out. That's a 3. Either both Erd and Reynolds can both act on the defense of this, however you want. They are attacking the truck.
Can I use mana on the wheels?
You can. It might be a little bit difficult for you, but you can, yes.
I would like to attempt to use mana as a force field on the shields, on the tires.
Okay, and Reynolds, what are you doing?
Well, since I'm at a stop, I can't. The wheel isn't really a blown wheel isn't going to really make me flip because
Right,
there's no momentum.
right,
So I'm now actually going to floor it because I don't quite care about how well this truck comes out. I just need to get out of here.
right. Okay, so Erd, I would like you to roll for me quick because you are pretty good at quick, so we're going to roll quick. And Reynolds, roll forceful.
What am I rolling?
Forceful. Okay. Erd, you managed to kind of ding off most of it. It's a tie. There would have been some damage, but it gives just enough protection to the tires, long enough Reynolds to get out without any sort of damage to the vehicle at all. Reynolds, you are driving full force towards. I'm. Where are you driving towards? You are in the warehouse right now. Where are you driving towards?
Well, I'm guessing we came out the back way.
Yes, you did.
The front entrance of a warehouse is normally a big set of doors.
Yeah.
I'm driving toward them so I can get out into the street.
Okay. Give me a quick roll. Okay. No, he failed. You are out the door. He does not manage to keep up with you. You are out the door and away and driving up the hills. Erd, you can take a shot if you want.
Of course I want to. I will quite happily take a shot.
Go for it.
I'm presuming forceful.
Yes. And that one's gone again. Okay, you seeing the future to see the sister was coming meant I had about half my main villains for this fight.
Yay!
I had
Perfect timing.
you reduced it from you made it to where the bronze half of the part of the pair was not on site.
All
Oh,
right, so just to be on the safe side, I'm not going to go once I'm out onto the street and far enough away from the warehouse. I'm not going to just go barreling down the road right away. I'll take a few back streets, but I'm heading toward the nearest police station.
got it. Okay. Okay, so yeah, you've managed to successfully recover Amaterasu. And it was humans with she mercenaries that were threatening her. This isn't entirely surprising to Erd because humans in the past have managed to resist here and there, and the she were on par with gods and demons in terms of power for a long time. But it is surprising, Erd, especially when you got the glimpse of what was coming in Reynolds' mind. It is surprising to you how far humans have advanced.
Yeah.
Yeah. General conservative opinion among gods is that humans have another maybe 200, 500 years before they start catching up with the gods. So it's like, oh, we have time.
I can go back to them and say, we don't have as much time as we thought.
And Reynolds, okay, Amaterasu, you get her reunited with uh, her guardian. By the way, her guardian is her daughter. Himiko
I probably know that.
You probably don't know that, but Himiko Jingu is Amaterasu's daughter, who unknowingly to the gods is a nine-tailed kitsune who has been successfully illusioning herself as a Somehow immortal demigod. She didn't become a god. She's still a demigod. She somehow hasn't aged. It happens. Um, yeah. Himiko Jingu and the other 8 personalities in her body are some of the most clever kitsunes in existence because it's like managing to hang around the gods forever without letting the gods on that there's a kitsune in their bunch.
Yeah, that's actually one of the characters I was tossing up. It's just like, maybe. And then I saw no, no, I'm going with it.
Yeah. Reynolds, give me a quick clever roll, real quick.
Whoa!
Oh my goodness.
How?
Okay, Reynolds, you
I
had the
may not be immortal.
you had this note when you brought up the cream colored color, and she immediately connected it to a specific species, and you recalled that she has 2 different colors of energy. You are absolutely aware that Erd is probably not pure goddess, that she's a mix of 2 species.
All right, so I have that information. She's some sort of half breed.
Yeah,
A half breed of what? I have no idea.
but yeah, she is absolute. You are absolutely certain she is a half breed between 2 species. I just wanted to see if you would make that connection before we ended.
Yeah, okay. I'm
Yeah,
not going to call her on it because
yeah,
I'm still not 100% certain of everything.
yeah,
It's going to some research and some probably very obscure libraries.
yeah.
Maybe that occult store makes so much more sense now.
Some time from now, Reynolds buys a book, and starts manages to find a couple legitimate spells. I think you're probably with that role, you probably have awakened enough telepathy to actually deliberately connect to the gods. To accidentally connect to the gods is really easy. They don't have very good defenses against people getting into their heads. Demons either. Um, if you were daydreaming heavily, you could accidentally get into a god's head, and they wouldn't be aware of it. They have the massive linked mindscape as a protection. But yeah, he's probably awakened enough that he could even become a full out magus after this. But anyway, hope everybody had fun.
Yes.
Yeah, that was cool. That was definitely amusing.
That was like really fun.
Yeah. Thank you for playing Erd that way. Erd is very much, I am getting what I want.
Yeah, I kind of saw that when I read through the background. I'm like, I could play this perfectly.
Erd is used to getting to being obeyed.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is actually coming very close to my scheduled end time, so cool. Um, Glad you guys had fun. I think my next one for this is in 14 hours, and that's going to be a Monster of the Week game. If any of you have played Powered by the Apocalypse stuff before, Monster of the Week is like Supernatural, Dresden Files, that kind of thing. Evil Hat did a revised version of Monster of the Week. So anyway, glad to have everybody here. I'm kind of it's too bad Cho couldn't take part because then we would have Yomi as well, and we would have gods and demons.
I mean, you technically do.
This is true. This is true.
This is very true, but
Yeah,
nobody knows that for sure.
yeah. If Cho hadn't had to leave, I would have had her teleport to the area. It's like, well, we have reports that she was in this general area, and have her teleport between you and turn facing Reynolds, and then turning around, maybe waiting till whatever Urge says, and turning around to see. Oh my goodness!
Yeah, it's like if that had been a thing, it's just been like, okay then, so this is happening.
Yeah,
So if it's your next one's 14 hours from now,
it's a
I'm
different
trying to.
scenario. It's the Tournament of Fate scenario. But yeah, for about 10 p.m. my time. What's uh what time zone are you?
I'm Eastern. I'm in Jersey.
Eastern would be, well, Central is -2 in flip. Eastern is -1 in flip, so that would be 9 a.m.
No, I can probably be up for that.
Cool.
Might be a little late because I there's issues, but yeah, I can probably be there for that.
Yep. That is a different scenario, but it is one that I've run. It's actually one I published for purchase. Anyway, glad you all had fun. This is one of the more for of the Divine Blood scenarios, this is the highest powered one. The other three Divine Blood scenarios, setting scenarios, involve people that are not quite in the know on the supernatural or are low powered supernaturals. So this is,
So I survived the high power with absolutely no idea what was going on.
yeah. The character who I haven't seen played in Don't Let the Sun Go Down yet, who I absolutely want to see played, among high power, among some of the first tier gods and demons, is the middle school student. That would be amazing to see the little middle school students, completely non supernatural, not combat trained, just amazingly lucky. I want to see that played sometime.
That actually sounds really cool.
She's the way I have her in canon is she's a Native American slash German descent and is one of Amaterasu's closest friends, and just through sheer stubbornness says, "I'm going to go save my friend." If the next time I run, don't let the sun go down will be next week, and this is a scenario that lets me change up who the bad guy is, or in some cases I even don't have a bad guy. I just use it as the environment is the danger. The
Sounds
what?
sounds cool.
Anyway, talk to you later. I'm probably should get some sleep.
Yes, might be an idea.
Yeah, have a good night, man.
Talk to you then. And I'm cutting the fraps.